Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. This is the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. We start with chapstick here. The crazy because I can be quite entertaining. I do curse sometimes on my channel. Sometimes I don't curse in the video at all, and then other times I'm just like, so I hope that that's not offensive. You can tell by the title what we're doing here. And so I'll show you what else we do here on this channel. So we are just going to jump right in. I do not want this video to be 40+ minutes long like yesterday, so let me stop talking. Priming my eye, of course, with the Fenty eyeshadow primer. I will list below everything that is on my face. And I thought today to prime my eyes before I started the video, but because this is a tacky primer and because I have all this puffiness going on, like this puffiness, and you see how even doing this, how the primer's up here, this area of my eye, the puffy part, will stick to my lids, and it's not a good feeling. But I do like this primer because it is a tacky primer, which means the shadows do stick very well, including metallic shades. So we're going to use a flat angled concealer brush to blend this out. I don't know how much I'm going to chop up because we're doing one look on both eyes, and we're using the remaining shades that we did not use in my previous look. Again, it's going to be monochromatic because I want to show you how easy this palette is to use. If you're newer to makeup, you're not sure what to do with these colors, the looks I'm doing will hopefully give you inspiration. And of course, if you're not that new to makeup and you do really like bold, colorful looks, then of course you can just, mix and match and jump around within the palette. And so, but that's why I'm doing things the way I'm doing them, because honestly, I don't prefer monochromatic looks personally. Sorry about that. I was looking to pull out an eyeliner for later, and I just said I'll get to it when I get to it. So this is what the palette looks like. So our first look we did was the blues, these two columns. The second look was the greens and golds, these two columns. And so monochromatic, I'll link that video below. And this is the 15 pan palette. So just doing those two looks, we've used 12 shades, which is awesome. And that's always the goal, right? Is when you get a palette to use every shade in the palette. So today we're going to do this column right here, these three. And I am going to dip, I think, well, I do know, into this one and this one as well, just for some color variation. Because this may be like easy but boring just having these three colors. So we're going to start with Powder Specialist, this shade here, and we're taking an Esom T37 brush, and that's going to go, you guessed it, in our inner corner. And you know what, maybe I will edit out the other eye just for time's sake, especially because we're doing swatches at the end. Yes, I'm going to edit out doing this on the other eye. We're putting that brush down, and we're going to go into Up to Snow Good, this shade here, and that's going to go in the center of the lid. This is an Hourglass number 3 brush. Oh, I can feel my lid sticking. I love this primer. You just got to apply the shadow quickly if you have puffy or hooded lids. Going back in, and I am tapping off. This is nice. We're sweeping in between to blend these two together. That is a pretty combination, I think. It's looking more pinky down here, but more purplish up here. And so looking down here, I'm like, oh, that's a really nice combination. But up here, I'm not sure about how it's looking purple. So I'm going to bring Up to Snow Good a little further in. I know it's funny how, well, not like how funny, but ironic how like different angles and different lighting can make things look different. And this is looking harsh. And so I did not put any additional shadow on here, but I'm just sweeping right here to just try and get a blend. Down here it looks blended. When I look up here, it doesn't. I'm going to edit out doing the same thing on this eye. This is what we're working with right now. And I will say right now, my eyelids are feeling a little bit heavy. Like when I used the Persona Identity 2 palette, and so I'm wondering if it's just this shade or if it's I was going to say the primrose oil that's in the palette, but I don't think it's the primrose oil, because if so, my eyelids would have felt heavy yesterday using the other shades. And so I'm also wondering if there's carmine. Well, this is a vegan brand, so there's not carmine in it, because sometimes I do have problems with red tones because of the carmine. But this is a vegan palette, so there's no carmine in it. I did them very lightly just to sweep some more right here. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on. All right, we're going to put that brush down and we're going to go into Gone Skiing, this shade here. Looking in the palette down here, it looks brown to me. And I do have issues with color perception sometimes. But when I look up here, it looks greenish. So now I'm like, do I want to put this in my outer corner? We're going to do it because we experiment here. This is what we do. Actually, it was going to go in my crease area. And green in this shade doesn't go. We're going to do it because, as I said, we experiment here just to see what happens. And yeah, so this is a Scott Barnes number 61 brush. And I'm going to just go lightly. I think this might work as long as I don't make this line too thick. And I do need more on the brush. Like when I say I went in lightly, look how lightly that is. And you can see from the video yesterday, this is an intense color. It can get intense. And we're going to bring that down here. So we're going to coat the brush again. We're going to go a tad bit heavier, but we're still just putting light pressure on the brush. Yeah, this will work. Well, you know what, if not, we will make it work because that's what we do here. This is not a channel of perfection. This is a channel of perfecting what we do. Write that down. Let me say that again. I just thought about that just now. This channel is not about perfection. It's about perfecting what we do. I like that. I might do a presentation on that. I am going to blend that out later. I'm gonna edit out and do the same thing on this side. I'm going to do some more work on this side. I like how this one is looking blended. And I did say I needed to do blending on here. I'm not adding any more shadow right now, but I'm just going to feather the top line of this brown just to blend it upward. So we're just feathering, and we're only going in one direction. And so you see how even that little bit, just feathering lightly, made a difference instead of it just being like a straight line. So this is the goal, is to have it look blended like that one. So we're feathering lightly. We're not doing the windshield wiper motion. We're not doing circles. We're just feathering the top edge of this shadow. I'm dipping straight in just a tip because it seems to be a light patch right here. And I'm wondering, like, is it my lighting? And I have my lights equally spaced. And so I don't think it's that, but then I don't know. We're going to take Ski out, this black, and we're going to use a Scott Barnes number 63 brush. And I'm kind of nervous, and it's only makeup, so it's like I don't even know why I'd be feeling anxious. And we're going to do the pointy side down, and we're going to excuse me, we're going to place that right here, pointy side down. We did coat both sides of the brush. When I go back and forth, it does help me to be more symmetrical. Back in the day, I had a hard time, like I do now, doing one eye and then just doing the other eye, like how some people do one eye on camera and one eye off camera. Back in the day, I could not do that because, number one, I forget where things are, what shades I used, you know, that type of thing. Excuse me. Or like if I go back and add something in. But as time went on, I was able to do that, and the looks still came out nice. And so it just took time, I guess, for me to get comfortable doing that and knowing that I can get the look to look the same. We're going to attach this ski out to going skiing. So ski out is going skiing. And that's why we left that space. So we're just going to put a little bit right here to connect, like an outer V, outer corner type thing. And I do know I need to add some more here. I'm just trying to get my shape together right now. And I'm trying not to go so rounded, which is my natural habit, because that's the shape of my eye. So we're just, no more shadow on the brush. We're just feathering upward because we don't want it too dark, but we just want to connect that green or brown or whatever it was with this black. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on. I did turn my heat up higher earlier today, and so I think it's something with that, because I did notice that when I turn my heat up to like 78, it does affect my sinuses. And they change our filters once a year. And I did notice in the spring I was having issues with allergies, and I'm like, I'm home, like I'm not going anywhere. And I remember watching somebody else's video, and I forget her name, and she said, "Y'all, I think I'm allergic to my house." And I noticed that once they changed the filters, I wasn't having that issue. And so I commented under one of her videos when she was talking about her allergies. I said, it may be the filters. I said, I'm only saying that because I was having an issue not going anywhere because it's COVID. And then I'm sitting here, my eyes are itching, I'm sneezing, my nose is running. And I'm just like, what the hell? And when they changed the filters, I did not have that issue anymore. I like how that looks. We're still working off of the residual shadow on the brush. I like how that blended with, excuse me, going skiing. So we're just going to feather a little bit further. I did turn my thermostat down to 72 before I started this video. And I apologize for talking, which is why I'm not editing out, because I'm yammering. We're going to take, this is an Esom V27 brush, and we're going to go back into Ski Out. Just going to put a little bit on the brush. We're going to tap it off, and we're going to fill in some of this space. Tapping lightly because we don't want to do too much. Going in, tapping off. And we're not going to the outer edge. So we're sort of on the inner edge of Ski Out, and we're just tapping. Just tapping lightly. I wonder if I'm going to use this shade for a liner. So we're just tapping just to maintain this line. We're going to take an Esom V33 brush, and we're just going to go on the top edge of this line, and we're going to blend. And again, this is a real simple look, just giving you ideas of what to do if you're looking at this palette and it's like, I don't know what to do with these colors. And yeah, I'm just going through today. Well, tonight, I think it's like almost 10 o'clock at night. And I'll just let this go live whenever it's done, like I did with the one yesterday, because I already have a video scheduled for 12:15. And so this is getting sandwiched in. I like how that looks. So now we're just going to feather in lightly, not putting any more shadow on this brush, just to get that to blend in. Feather in lightly. I don't want this corner to be real dark, and I do want to maintain the shape. And I do think I'm going to use that shade as a liner. But is it going to stick over the metallic? That's the question. Easy peasy. I like this. Still no more shadow on this brush. Actually, we didn't put shadow on this brush at all. Now that I think about it. Did we? No, we didn't. We're going to use gold because it's not a color on me. It just adds a little bit of shine. This is NYX Retractable Eyeliner. Excuse me. Why does it look red under there? I think for a graphic look, red liner would look nice under here, but I don't know if it would make me look like I have pink eye or not. So we're going to put that there, and also on our lower waterline. I apologize, I keep forgetting to edit out. I think because I'm just trying to be quick, and that's why I keep talking too. Just trying to be quick and get it done. So we're going to, I hear you, DD. We're not going to use a sparkly shade because I was thinking of up to no good, but that's a metallic. I hear you screaming at me not to do it. So we're going to take, for Fox's sake, we didn't use this shade. That was going to go like on the outer corner. We didn't even use this shade. So we're going to put, for Fox's sake, this shade here, which is a matte, on our lower lash line. And we're going to use a Makeup Forever 210 brush. Oh, wow. I really just missed that shade. And we're going to put that under here. Sorry for the silence, and because I'm not talking, I will edit out doing this on the other eye. I'm liking how this looks because you can see the lightness from the gold next to however you describe this color. And I kind of want to put something else on my inner corner, but I hear you screaming at me, so I'm not going to do it. I'm thinking I want to put more of that shade on my lower lash line. So we're going to take our other Fenty 220 brush, still with For Fox's Sake. Instead of using the tip of the brush, we're going to use the side of the brush. And instead of going straight in, we're going to turn the brush sideways. And so this is going to blow it out and blend it down at the same time. I like that. I want to take a little bit of a gold something and put here because I'm liking how that's looking over the gold. My eyes are going to hate me. All right, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So we're done with this palette, except we're going to take a thin pencil brush. We're going to take Ski Out. And this is a Esom V09, just a little thin brush. And we're going to just apply that on our upper lash line instead of using a liquid liner. For those of you who are not sure about using liquid or gel liner, that looks nice. Powdered liner, well, using a powdered shadow for liner is a whole lot easier to wash off because it's just eyeshadow. And I just did one side of the angle of the brush, and then I'm flipping to the other side because we did coat both sides of the brush. And so you don't necessarily have to dip back in if you have enough shadow on your brush. I'm going to take a little bit more because I see a gap right here. And so we're just going to fill in the gap down here near the lash line, this area right here. And we're going to do the same thing on this side, just filling in the gap. And that is it. I kind of want to take a little bit of this, and I am on the tip of the brush, the very tip. We're just going straight in, and we're going to put that as close to my lash line as possible. Did it do anything? I don't know. We're going to pretend that it did. It's in that side. I came down too far. Sorry for the silence. Yeah, I came down too far on that edge. So let's put some more here. And we're going to go back to this brush that had, For Fox's Sake, we're not adding any other shadow on here. We're not adding additional shadow on here, excuse me. But we're going to just blend that over, so it doesn't look like I put too much there, because I don't want to add more. Yeah, that worked. And we want to just feather it upward just a little bit, which I should have feathered the black upward, but oh, I kind of like that. Ooh, I like that. So this is the look. We're going to do mascara. We're going to do the Lime Crime Astronomical Volumizing, excuse me, vegan mascara. For the previous Whistler Snow Lodge looks, I used the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push Up Mascara. I said it slow that time because yesterday I was like, Pillow Talk. I just couldn't get it out. And I left it in the video because that's what we do. We keep it real here. And that's part of the crazy and the Crazy Troll Nation, is we accept how we are and how we do things. And it's no shame in acknowledging when we do stuff and it's just like, pillow talk. You know what I mean? So, Swatches, wait, lip. Take off some chapstick. I want to do that black liner with that purple lip again because that was gorgeous, but we're not. And then part of me wants to just do a black lip. Oh, did I open this? I did open this before. I'm going to do it. That's going to change this whole vibe. Oh my gosh. All right. This is MAC. I'm going to read it off of this tube because the writing on here is black and the lip is black, so you can't read it. And I do have labels on here, but I can hardly read those either. But it's the same as this one. This is Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color. And this one, the color is Caviar. I'm excited. Okay, here we go. Let's say that like I'm eating something that tastes so good. I'm leaving this in so you can see how easy it is to apply. Again, in comparison to that NYX Lingerie XXL shit. How this is just so smooth. You do want to be careful because it's black. So if you mess up, you're going to have to stop talking while you apply. But probably use concealer to clean up around your lip. And I'm smiling to see if there's gaps because how my lips are shaped. See how easy that was? Liquid lip, easy peasy. I see a space here, but I'm scared to mess with it, but I'm going to mess with it. And I know I shouldn't. And you can always use a lip pencil. Like you can take a lip pencil and wipe one here and do this instead of using this because that would be more forgiving. A lip pencil would be more forgiving than this wand. Especially a thin lip pencil. All right, I didn't mess up, y'all. It's something with that shadow, y'all. My eyes are now starting to tear. That would be a shame if I can't use that shadow. And it's the one I put on the center of my lid. I'm gonna do my little slow roll first and then we'll do swatches. I'm not going to forget, Dee Dee. I'm not. I'm so sorry I didn't do this in my other video. But this is what we have. Let me know what you think. Yes. All right, I have my cloth here for my hand. This video was still almost as long as the one that I uploaded yesterday, and I do apologize for that. But what I'm going to do, we're going to start with this row, this one, and I'll just call out the colors as I put them on my arm, and I will do some editing for this. What did I say? We're starting at the top because those are the lighter shades, and I don't know if the darker ones will stain. Let me just get into it. Skiing. I should have started closer to my bracelet. A pre-ski, Snow Bunny, Powder Specialist, that's one of the dual chromes. For Fox's Sake, Very Cool, Whistler, NOMAD, Black Home, Up to Snow Good, Gone Skiing, Bucking Great, Ski Bum, that's the other dual chrome, So Moosing. I am at my elbow. ski out. We're going to put ski out just here. So these are the shades. These are the swatches. This is the top row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the third row, these 4 and this one in the lower right hand corner. So these are the swatches. Thank you all for being here. Let me know what you think of this. And with this lip, ooh, 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 I just thought of something. Oh, this is gonna be nice. We're gonna take Up to Snow Good Hourglass number 3 brush. Tap it off. Going back in. Right? Right? I have a good idea every now and then. Yes. Yes. This is me when I'm excited about a look. When I know I don't look trollish. So let me know what you think about the look, the lip matte, the lip with the shadow on top. And here again are the swatches for my sister. Seeing them on a tan complexion. So I'm going to go. I'm loving this and I'm loving this lip. I will see you guys in the next video.